welcome to Bitches of Horror.
And today we're going to talk about the film Choke.
Yes, and Choke is a film from 2020, from this year, from the US, directed and written by Gregory Hatanaka, and starring Shane Ryan, Scott Butler, Sarah Bryan, and Lisa London.
Yes. And it's about it starts off about a man who, seems to like to choke people, and also may or may not like to kill people. But basically it's about a film about choking almost through its entirety.
Yeah.
But there's also like a storyline about this girl who's a bit, mysterious and strange and basically following her life, sort of. Not really, but like her journey.
Yeah, it's a big part of the story.
Yeah.
So.
I don't really know what to. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's about.
But I mean, the film does live up to its name, Choke.
Yes, there's a lot of choking.
A lot of choking going on in different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was really interesting. Like you have choking as in a sexual kind of choke, and then you have choking as in killing people, and just
many different types of chokes.
Yes.
More than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about the story?
The story, I thought was, I think probably the basic story was probably pretty good, but the way that they made the film, I had a really, really hard time figuring out where I was, what was going on.
Yeah, because it has a lot of time jumps. It jumps between different times, and I think just rather suddenly.
Yeah.
Like I could really be into a scene, and then whoa, now I'm in another place, and then I'm back here, and then I'm somewhere else, and I think it kind of ruined the pacing a bit for me, at least.
Yeah, I think I feel like kind of maybe, I don't know, but if maybe what they were going for was like a sort of the surrealistic, like dreamy sort of thing, and they did get like the dreamy part down, but I think that they could have done that without jumping as much as they did, because they had the lighting set, like all the lighting
is very
scenes
beautiful, and
like the shots of like different, like there's some shots in it that are just very extremely beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that they could have kept that feeling without having to jump too much.
Yeah,
because
cut from it.
Yeah, I was just like in the middle. I was just like, I have no idea what's going on, and I quite liked the sort of I liked the characters, and I liked the story, like the stories or whatever that was going on, but I just had a hard time figuring out where I was in the story.
Yeah, that threw me off sometimes, but as Jasmine said, I also did like the basic story and the way it was going in different direction and stuff. So that was good.
Yeah.
And also the characters, as you mentioned. I really liked the young woman, Sarah Bryan. She was very good.
She was fantastic. I also liked Shane Ryan's character. I thought he was good, and I liked how he kind of had different types of emotions in it. Like he could have go through this like very sentimental type of person to this really crazy type of person to just
I really liked the different montage scenes like of different it was very kind of well made and just showed how crazy he can be, and I really liked that.
I didn't really get a feeling for Robert, the sort of detective guy who came in a bit later in the story. I thought he was hard to sort of connect to and kind of like not even grasp, just connect, grasp. Like I don't know, was he? I didn't really, I just didn't know what type of character he was.
But I think maybe because we had such crazy characters in Shane and also Sarah, and then a special kind of psychiatrist came in, and I think it's easy to forget about his character a bit.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe he just didn't have anything that was kind of special with him,
He was
and
too
that's
normal.
why. well, not normal,
Yeah,
but he
but-
was like, you know, it's a character
Yeah.
you kind of seen before, the sort of broken down cop sort of thing, or
Yeah.
detective. But I mean, that didn't really ruin anything. It was just like when he was on screen, it was just like, oh, okay. I kind of want to
Yeah.
get back to
To
the other stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed like the lighting, and it had some really nice like purple tones, and
Oh, it did.
yeah,
It did.
and it was really nice. Like sometimes when they had like a dead body, they would like these are the shots I was talking about, where they would just, you know, have the cool lighting, and the fact like how they zoomed out and stuff like that. It just really looked amazing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to look as good as it did. Not that I knew anything about it before I watched it, but you know, a lot of the films that we get sent in to us has a certain type of I don't want to say quality, but you know, video quality. But and this was fantastic. Like the way it looked, I thought it looked really really good.
Yeah, it did. And it definitely enhanced the story and emotions.
Yeah.
During those scenes.
Yes. And I think all the only things like we already mentioned was the jumping in the story, but also I think maybe there was too many clips of choking. Where they would jump back and forth, like they would show a scene of just for example, like two people talking, and like in this scene of these two people talking, they would jump maybe 5 or 6 times back to a choking scene, and that was like, okay, like after the third time, it was just like, you know, I'm not really getting what they're talking about because I'm getting distracted by these choking scenes.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish that maybe they would have done less cuts per scene. Because I don't think that all of these choking scenes were necessary to the actual story. Maybe it was necessary for like, you know, to show that the film was actually, you know, about choking.
Yeah, but I think you would have gotten it anyway.
Yeah. But I really liked what they did with the choking, like later on in the film. Like it was very
innovative.
Creative is the word I'm looking for. Yeah. Innovative.
No, but I agree. I do. Yeah. And I want to know, how do you rate this film?
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, I will also give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Actually,
I thought it was, different. It was original, and it had some really great moments in it.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing more from them.
Yeah, me
this
too.
Team.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Shane Ryan, who gave us the opportunity to watch this film. I think he was also one of the producers for the film, and the actor, of course, for Brandon.
Yes.
So yeah, check out their films, check out their things. We'll put links and everything.
Yeah, we will. And check out our things on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, you know the drill.
Yes. And don't forget to stay horrific.
Bye.
Bye.